Alright, Shalom, y'all. I want to give all praise to you. To the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to Yahweh Shem Shai. And Shalom to the real sisters out there. Alright. What they're trying to do, it was actually confirmed to me. I was looking through my Twitter and I actually found, I stumbled upon something I gotta show y'all. Y'all gotta see this too. It's spiritual how I thought that it was gonna happen. I had a suspicion that it was gonna happen, and then it actually look what I found. It's like a confirmation of what I said, of my suspicions. I envisioned that this Judite have, and that's prophesied. You young man shall dream dreams, old women, old man, young men shall see visions. Even like the women of our nation, he's gonna pour out his spirit upon all flesh. I'm not saying that women they can prophesy like go out in the highways and byways or go live like this and bring out info and scripts, but they can have visions. So this is how it goes. This her vision. This woman. My vision. I was centered at the White House. Everyone was running around and they were in a state of disarray and fear. I was then brought to the Oval Office and Trump wasn't anywhere to be found. There were other people looking for him as well. I was then brought outside to the entrance of the building. It was total anarchy, fires and riots everywhere. That's the end of my vision. So that's the same. Okay, so that's her vision, and then this just saw this on IG. This is a confirmation right here. I stumble upon this Salakia for that. It's just I'm dealing with an affliction. Where it says real is by real chief police. It's a tweet and it was screenshotted, posted by this account called Real Hollywood Weird is Evil. Patriot and someone posted it on here. She just saw this on IG. Just saw it. Patriots mean like not soon, recently, very recently. The Patriots be prepared. It says Patriots be prepared for fake Trump assassination. They're exposing their own. Black hats have Trump clone. They're going to assassinate this clone. The media will go wild. Don't believe a word of it. Trump already knows about this. Trump is safe. And this is his own support. This obviously he's a Trump supporter. Retweet, make this go viral so the people know it's a fake. Whether it's a clone that's assassinated or they stage this shit like it's a hoax and it's a stunt double that they have out there or some shit. A fake Trump assassination is coming. This basically is like a confirmation. And now you kind of can get a picture of Patriots be prepared for fake Trump. I mean, you could kind of get why he said this. I'm actually going to play the speech.
A lot of very, very rich enemies. So I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last time you'll see me for a while. A lot of very, very rich enemies, but they are not happy with what I'm doing. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president's going to do what I do. So I have a lot of enemies out there. This may be the last.
So, play that.
Very, very rich enemies, but they are not happy with what I'm doing. But I figure we have one chance to do it, and no other president's going to do what I do. So I have a lot of.
So there you go. There you go. He's saying this, and then now that came out about. Now this came out, and then I was already suspecting that. Well, of course, I was already suspecting that, but I was feeling that it was the Ruach HaKodesh, because then now I find this out. So, and then I have a feeling that it's going to be blamed. Well, good, Russia is on our side. Russia is going to destroy America, this place known as America. This place, America, is known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. And the Russians are known as the Medes. In fact, let me get that. I'm going to read I'm going to go into Isaiah chapter 13. See for yourself. Well, you're going to hear for yourself why I say that. In Revelation 18, there's other Isaiah chapter 47 also basically confirms it. Yeah, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. Verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and his name is Yahweh. The name of the Most High is Yahweh in the Hebrew. And the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. They have weapons of indignation that can destroy the whole land. And that's should be obvious what type of weapons that they are. Obviously, it should be obvious what type of weapons he's talking about. Shalom, Akia. Elijah Ban Yehuda. Shit is popping off. And this was like a confirmation for of what I thought was gonna happen. But what weapon can destroy a whole land? Let's be honest here. So I can go further into that chapter, and it will make it even more clear. Should be obvious though. I'm just going into it. Verse 6, how ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. This is how bad it's going to be. Verse 8, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. So their faces are going to flush. Behold, verse 9, behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. Giving you a better idea of what type of weapon is going to be used. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So the skies are going to be darkened, which is what happened after the type of weapon that is going to be used. The type of weapon that is going to destroy the whole land. That type of weapon is going to cause that. Nakia. It's completely obvious, obviously. And you've seen visions of this day. You don't follow any God, but you believe there. It's not a she. It's not a she. It's a he. He's a man of war. And the Most High, Yahweh, he deals with balance. Okay, you can't just have love all the time. There's a time for everything. Ecclesiastes, it tells you that. And it tells you, it's also written that he hates a false balance. And love would be a false balance. The Most High Yahweh hates as well. I can bring that out. Like, for example, what is this love? What he's showing to this wicked ass queendom, really? Is that love? No, nah, that's not love. Verse 10, for the stars of heaven, okay, I already read that. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Verse 12, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So a man is gonna be rare. Even more rare than the fine gold, than the golden wedge of Ophir. So that's rare. That's rare. And it's confirmed in other parts of the Bible. Yeah. No, hate is hate and love is love, man. Bro, don't be a boo, honey, be a man. Be a man, like, don't, are you trying to say, like, don't be all effeminate and shit? Don't be all soft and shit. Like, don't get in your feelings because the scriptures say what they say, basically. It is what it is. Verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. So I will shake the heavens. There's three types of heaven. There's a third heaven that's where the throne of the Most High is and all that, the spirit realm and all that. The second heaven is like basically space. There, heaven can mean the sky, can mean that too. And so he's gonna shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. This is backed up in Revelation too. I can get it. So, an earthquake, basically a very huge earthquake. That's what it's going to cause. And the wrath of the Lord of hosts. Revelation calls it the wrath of the Lamb, and in the day of his fierce anger. Verse 14, and it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. This queendom. Then shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. No, so nobody is gonna be left for this queendom, which I want to show you is America. Babylon, modern day Babylon is America. Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Because also you have Russian and Chinese troops that's already stationed in Babylon, in America. Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Like I said, that's cold, there ain't no love. Verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And the Medes and the Persians, they were together. They were the Medo-Persian Empire. So the Medes are the modern day Russians. The Persians are the modern day Iranians. Verse 18, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. The Medes, they're not gonna give a fuck. They're gonna be like madmen, sparing none. Verse 19, in Babylon the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, where is Sodom and Gomorrah? Can you find the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah today? Dog. Okay. Religion and the Bible are not the same thing. The Bible is a book about the heritage, is our heritage, the heritage of the Hebrew Israelite people. The Bible is about the history of the Hebrew Israelites, the laws of the Hebrew Israelites, the culture, and the power of the Hebrew Israelites, and the future of the Hebrew Israelites. The Bible is not a religious book. It's actually pretty historically accurate. If you look up the events, you really have an open mind and you look into the events described in the Bible, they can be verified. There's proof of them. Do you know that they found fossils of fish and shit? They found fossils of fish high up in the mountains. Don't you know that? Like high up there, it could only be explained by the flood. No, don't you know they found chariots under the Red Sea? So And there's records of the Israelites being a real people, having a real kingdom, fighting wars against Moab and Edom. There's a record of it. Moabite steel, I believe it. The Masha steel, I believe I believe that it's on there. And so there is like plenty of proof that the Bible is legit. It's a legit historical book. And also a book about the future. The curses, for example. The curses are a way that you can identify the true children of Israel today. Like I can go into that, but basically the topic of this live is about what they're planning on doing, basically faking Trump's assassination. And then the reason why is to provide a alibi for why you don't see him no more, because he's gonna be in a bunker. And that's prophesied in the Bible too. I could get that. All kind of, ooh, that's finna be wet. I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't know what you mean by that. Maybe mean like it's finna be live or some shit. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some shit. They're gonna go down. That's basically like an excuse. It's a reason so people don't be like, why the fuck don't we see Trump no more? And also to blame the Hebrew Israelites to start the persecution of the man of the Lord. I could see it happening. They blame a so-called black man decked out in fringes. They identify him as the suspect, but he's really like a patsy. I could wild as fuck. Con. It is. We're coming into some wild times for real. They're gonna be like madmen sparing none. These devils, that's gonna spark off a race war for real. Cause I could see it happening. They have this dude set up. They have this dude set up. He's in a crowd full of protesters, and he opened fire on Trump and shit. Whoever they have set up as Trump, but it's like fake. It's like setup. It's like a hoax, basically. But everybody else think it's real. They gonna tell you that it's real, and that could spark up some shit right there. You gonna have Trump supporters. You have among them you have a Khan Babo Ahai Yapa ain't so Yapa anymore. No, it's washed up. It's washed up for real. And Babylon and Esau Edom washed up. So they know this, so that's why they're trying to get shit popping and start that race war with them so-called white supremacists and Edomite supremacists. The so-called white people are primarily Edomites. Primarily, you look at Genesis 25. I'm ready for it. Are you? See, we're not gonna, the men of the Lord, we're not gonna get into it with you, average so-called white people. We're not gonna do that. We're not. Oh, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be you lower level so-called white people versus 2/3 of our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and even descendants of our people that look like your people and look like the other nations. But this is not a skin color thing. Oh, you're so-called Hispanic. You're probably an Israelite of the Northern Kingdom. And the curses do apply. Deuteronomy 28 curses, if you read them. In fact, I could pull them up. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are going through them in this country. And around the world. Yeah, verse 15, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice, and this is why, of Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. So you're in the city, you're cursed, you're going through it. You're in the field, you're in the country, you're cursed, you're going through it. Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. So, you own the store, your store ain't gonna prosper, you gonna go through it. Your basket, like your harvest, like you in the field, and you try to make it out there, you ain't gonna prosper. Verse 18, curses shall increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Oh, it says trying to reconnect. What, devil's mad? No, I'm a south side. You from the? Oh, you're saying you're Southern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom are primarily so-called blacks, Haitians, and West Indians. I say primarily because you have them. Judah was scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Let me go into the curses, because our power, and he is a man of war, our power is the only one that can deliver us. And he's going to send his son to deliver us, son, who you know is Jesus Christ, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ, but that can't be his name because he wasn't a Greek, he wasn't a Hellenized Jew. He was a Hebrew Israelite that still had his heritage. So actually his name is Yahushai, which means he saved in the Hebrew, in the Paleo Hebrew. Yeah, alright, but verse 19, cursed shall be thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall be when thou goest out. So when you start, when you comest in, when you start, you're growing up, like you come into this world, you're growing up. Most of our people, like, we born into poverty, born into the hood, born into the barrio, born into the reservation. So, born cursed, basically. And cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So, when you die, even these celebrities, these so-called black celebrities, a lot of them, their money that they earn dried up. Because the so-called white man, who biblically is known as the Edomites, and most of them they only care about you when they can benefit from you. So when you're old, they can't benefit from you. Like, when you're worn out, old, worn out, washed up, right? Can't benefit from you. Verse 20, and that's also written, but I'm going to go into the curses. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto, for to do until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So, all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do. So, you try to get a loan to start a business, get discriminated against. You try to make it in the workplace. You know, it's hard to get up there, get discriminated against, first fired, last hired. You try to make it out in the country. You try to get your own land, you know. Hard to come by. Like, you struggle out there too. Like, and all that thou settest thy hand unto. That's you get vexed because of that. Oh, let me see. My brother is Jewish. No, they're not. Let me go into the description of Yahushai, who the world knows as Jesus Christ. Let me go in, because the so-called Jews do not fit that description. And also, Revelation chapter 2 verse 9 prophesies that there is going to be people that call themselves Jews, but they are not. But they do lie. Alright, Revelation chapter 1 verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Well, notice that, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with the golden girdle. Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So, let me explain that. His hairs, okay, white like wool and white as snow. Why both describe it to be white like wool and white as snow. There you go. And also, no, redhead, when people are called redheads, it's talking about their red hair. It's not talking about their heads. That's how you gotta understand it. Otherwise, you're gonna be confused. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, red with wine, right? I can get that too. Showing that it's not symbolic, it's literal. Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Now, this is a description of a man known as Jesus Christ to the world, but his name is Yahushai. Now check this out. What tribe did he come from? Hebrews chapter 7 verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. So Judah, which is where you get the word Jew from. Oh, the Latinos, the descendants of them, and the natives, they were put on ships. They were put on ships and taken to Europe. Like, look it up. And they were they were taken to different parts of the Americas too, as slaves. Just like Judah was. Oh yeah, JC, that's not his name. That's the letter J is the newest letter in the alphabet. And so really they use Easus, and that's not his name because he wasn't a Hellenized Jew either. And it does irk my soul when I hear that name. You put respect on the name, Yahushai. You want people to put respect on your name. You put respect on the name of the Lord. It only makes sense. And to explain the Latinos, Native Americans' appearance, Hosea chapter 7 verse 8 tells you why they look the way they do. But yeah, the real Jews are mainly so-called black people. Just by that you can tell. But Daniel chapter, I think chapter 10, right? Yeah, chapter 10 verses 5 to 6. Then I lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Verse 6, his body also was like the beryl, and his face has the appearance of lightning, shining. Don't get that misunderstood. And his eyes as lamps of fire. There you go. And his arms so red. And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Look at the Hebrew for it. It's kala, meaning it's kala, like with the Q is with the show you look at. You pull up the lexicon, Bible Hub lexicon, and you look this verse up. And the Hebrew word there means burnished brass. So backing up what is said in Revelation chapter 1 verses 13 to 15. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. So Yahushai, basically. And then he like father like son, right? That's real. he was created in his image. So, just gonna go over this real quick, but this was not, this was not the point of the video, but you do have new people that are finding out about this truth. So, this basically going over the milk, basically. Daniel 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Notice the wording. Notice what it uses, a little different wording, but same sort of description. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So, who's the hair of his head like the pure wool? So, what nation of people is described to have woolly hair? There you go. That tells you right there, in Genesis 49, when it goes into Judah. When it goes into Judah, verse 12, this verses 10 to 12 is talking about Yahushai. Was talking about, it goes into Yahushai. And verse 12 is the point. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Now, also, in Genesis 49, in Exodus, Deuteronomy 33, you could tell, also using those scriptures, who the tribes are today. Just look at I can't wait till Salaki. Oh, man. Dune Rider for Life 6191. I want to know what Khan mean. Khan means, just in case he sees this video later on or some shit. Khan means yeah, or that's right. Yeah, Yahweh we are those men. You gotta wait upon you gotta wait upon Yahweh until he rise up to the prey. But yeah, that's the milk. Like Genesis 49, Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68, and those verses I brought out, and Deuteronomy chapter 33. That's the milk. Goes into the tribes, who they are. That also, by that, look at those verses. Second Esdras chapter 13. Also, chapter 13 verses 40 to 45 or 46. That'll tell you the milk scriptures, because that tells you who the northern kingdom is today. And Hosea chapter 7 verse 8 explains their appearance. Also, Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11 explains that our people have been scattered. It's scattered all over. Like, from Assyria, they're going to be recovered. There's a remnant of our people that are in Assyria, in Egypt, in Pathros, which is around the same area, in Kush, that's Ethiopia, Sudan, that area, the Hamites, from Elam, East Indians, from Shinar, it's Iraq today, and from Hamath, same area, land of Ham there too. I'm from the islands of the sea. They were scattered. Both Ephraim and Judah were scattered to the four corners of the earth, north, south, east, and west. And also why Northern Kingdom, Latinos, and natives, why they got the evil eye. They've been having that evil eye towards so-called blacks. This is why there is envy. The envy, it's going to go away too. Because that's a part of the curses too. Verse 13, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But instead is what's going to happen. Verse 14, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So instead, they're going to work together. And also, it's so many precepts. So many precepts. Also, Amos 9:11, what does that talk about? In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So when David was king, both the northern and southern kingdom were together. They wasn't beefing. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith Yahweh that doeth this. So there you go. So that's a Israelite 101 basically. I had to bring it out because it's some new people. But yeah, shit is popping off. They're playing. They're making their move. That assassination would spark a race war, which that's nation versus nation. Matthew 24 verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall race wars, and then kingdom against kingdom, which lead to a world war. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. And in verse 9, they blame the Hebrew Israelite. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Name of Yahweh. They was already saying that it was anti-Semitic to say Yahweh, which that's bullshit. Yahweh is the name of our Messiah. He's gonna save our people, the Hebrew Israelites. Again, but that's Amalek for you. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated all nations for my name's sake. Okay, verse 10. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and hate one another. That those prophecies just like that be fulfilled. Babylon is gonna get her boots raised. This place, the virgin daughter of Babylon, is gonna be touched. Hey, try to post some scripts up too. Now hold on, Akim. God. Oh, I'm back. I had to go take a leak. Yeah, I'm gonna go into what you said because it's true. This place is gonna be touched. This World War II, this place was not touched, but this place is gonna be touched. But yeah, this is why. This is what will happen. This is what will happen just from that event, and also Second Esdras chapter 15. It's also gonna happen. So they're not gonna give a fuck. There's gonna be chapter 15. There you go. For the sword and their destruction. Oh, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. backing up what it says in the book of Matthew, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna care about the cops telling them to go home and shit. They ain't gonna care about the laws. They're just gonna they're gonna go at it. In an event like that, hey, y'all already know. Y'all already know what's gonna happen. And what that's gonna cause is verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You already see that happening with the lockdowns and the checkpoints in different areas. Verse 18, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So, because of their pride, you look at the cities and people out here full of pride. They full of pride. They think they can't be touched. They think that this place is gonna go back to normal. Like they're out here. They're out here. Basically, they flexing their sin. As Sodom. There you go. They hide it not. That's how proud they are, and that's why it's coming to. That's why this judgment is coming to this place. And yeah. Because verse 19, and then a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, let me get that other one that I'm trying to. Yeah, this one is also going to lead to this one. That martial law. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Verse 90, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. And what's that? Feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. That's really going into that mark of the beast, that vaccination that they're gonna force on the people. You have to take it. You have to take it. It's required. And then the chip. You look at look up ID 2020. Look up ID 2020. They talk about digital ID. Digital ID, RFID chip. They're gonna put on in you as identification that you took the vaccine. It's confirmation that you took the vaccine. It's an identification that you are who you say you are. Verse 7, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh. Even you look at it both ways, that it applies to the 2/3 that have the zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, and to the elect. We hope to be that number, but it applies to Israel. Verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. Verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So then it shall be known who are his chosen. While 2/3 get consumed, they get consumed by that fire. The 1/3 gonna be tried like gold in the fire. Verse 74. It shows also ain't no preacher rapture, because we gonna be in the fire. We gonna be tried. It shows that it debunks the whole notion that there's gonna be a preacher rapture. Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Why we gonna be in the secret place of the Most High? Verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. Verse 76. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahweh power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. So basically, it tells you what's coming to this place. This place, and eventually is gonna lead to Ww3. That's their plan. Like, to have chaos here. They're gonna have chaos here. They're gonna have the national. No, also that call for defunding the cops, not giving them as much money, cutting back, defunding the cops, and at the same time there's gonna be this chaos. What are they gonna use? The Feds, National Guard, and then what? Oh, then there's a war, right? And so there's a war. We need National Guard. We need to draft people. We need all the military. We need all the men, and even women. All able-bodied men and women. I have a feeling that it's gonna be both men and women are gonna be drafted. We need able-bodied men and women out there, all of them that we can get. So who's gonna stop the chaos and shit? Who's gonna stop that shit? They're not gonna regard their princess. They're not gonna go along with this shit. A lot of people are gonna refuse. They ain't gonna go along. So who's gonna enforce this shit? So what's gonna happen is, like, this, you can see this happening. It just doesn't. It's pretty obvious that that's their plan. They're gonna call on help from the UN. Just like Henry Kissinger called for after the riots in LA. Just like he said, he actually suggested that, today Americans would be outraged if UN troops went into LA to restore order. But tomorrow they would be grateful. So that's been in the works. And that's been in the works, and that's what they're gonna do. Like, look, we have no other choice but to get the UN involved. They're gonna be the ones throwing you so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners into FEMA camps, and as well as you lower level devils, you lowercase e's, as well as y'all gonna be thrown into FEMA camps The real target is us, y'all. Lowercase e's, y'all are just in the way of. So Esau is gonna get rid of y'all. Get rid of a lot of y'all too. Your own people, your own elites. So they're gonna invite. They're gonna have these UN Gurkha troops do this shit. They're gonna be lighting y'all up. Y'all out there, y'all don't think y'all have rights. These Gurkha troops are gonna be lighting your ass up out there. That's what it's gonna lead to. You see the way UN troops have been used in the past. We need the UN to stop this civil war or some shit. Like in Africa, you see that happened plenty of times. In Africa, by the way, there's reports of these UN troops raping people, raping kids even. Kids and, of course, kids and women, And also, like, different parts of the world, these UN troops have been used. Peacekeeping. They're called peacekeepers, right? So they're gonna. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It's gonna happen here in America. UN is gonna take a peacekeeping role in America, where you gotta stop the violence, even lethal force if necessary. You gotta stop the violence, and they will use lethal force. Because these heathens, the United Nations, the United Heathens, they have been like, these heathens from these other nations, they've been waiting to crack down on you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners. They've been waiting to put hell on you jakes. Like, for real. And you jakes from America, especially jakes from America, they fucking hate your ass. And they see that they can get a piece of you, as well as they already have a hatred for Israelites, and they have a hatred for America. These other nations, these American people, they already resent Babylonians. So they get sent over here, they're already gonna have a huge ass chip on their shoulder. And then they're training on top of it, and not being subject to the constitutions. It's gonna be a fucking bloodbath out here, for real. They're gonna come in like a flood. Be like Madman spare none. For real, dog. Like, Now you see how one event, like, is pretty much gonna lead to another event. And then that event will lead to another event. They're gonna get... That's how these Russians are gonna get a piece of you Babylonians. That way, and also these nukes from Russia, not just Russia. Every load their nukes, and every single one of them is gonna hit this bitch. 200 million of them is gonna hit this bitch. That's gonna rock the fuck out of this world. Like, it's gonna rock the shit out of it. All these nukes hitting America, and then the nukes from America hitting these other places. That's gonna cause that great earthquake. The earth to rock to and fro like a drunkard. If you can just picture it happening, like, for real. Like, it just adds adds up. You put the pieces together, and that's the picture that you get for real. The wrath of the Lamb. The wrath of the Lamb right here. And that's why, and the kings of the earth, that's why Trump is doing this. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks to hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Verse 17, for the great day of his wrath is coming. Who shall be able to stand? Even they know it, but they're proud, so they're gonna try to fight him. Connection failed. Oh, trying to reconnect. Oh, Esau fucking with the live. Fuck. Oh, devil's mad for real. Ah, shit. Oh, dude.